Hello everyone! I get the pleasure of talking to you today about oregano oil. When I first got my oregano oil in my kit, I didn't use it for a long time because I opened it up and smelt it and I was just like, that is just so disgusting. I can't stand it. It wasn't until I had come down with a really bad cold and I felt so sick, I realised that this was the time to get out oregano because someone had told me that it is like nature's antibiotic. So that was the first time I got to experience the flu bomb. I made up this roller and it has lemon, oregano, on guard and tea tree in it, and I can tell you it just shortened the life of what I had so quickly. So the power of it is really strong. Anytime you feel your immune running down, just get it into you. So it's considered to be nature's antibiotic, which is pretty cool. A note on safety: it is a really hot oil, so if you happen to get it on your skin, the best way to get it off is with a carrier oil. So get your fractionated coconut oil out or your olive oil that you have in your kitchen and rub it on your skin. Do not use water, it is not going to get it off. If the kids happen to get it into their eyes, the best thing to use is milk. So just get a little container of, a little thing of milk and run it into their eyes and get a tissue and wipe it out, because it does happen. So a few uses that I use my oregano oil for in my house would have to be, number one would be the immune bomb. When we get sick, I get it on my kids' feet and I get it on our spine straight away. The next way that I use it would be for respiratory support and just to boost the immune system. So I would use a couple of drops of oregano and 3 or 4 drops of easy air in the diffuser. So at night time it was just gently getting into them, or myself. The other way that I use it is really a convenient way in these On Guard Plus soft gels. So they have the On Guard oils in there, but it's called Plus for a reason because it has also oregano oil in there, which is amazing for your immune system, as I've said. You can use it to get rid of any kind of things, viral kind of things. So for example, my daughter had 3 really bad plantar warts and I just used a cotton tip, so a cotton tip like this, and I dipped it into the bottle. I applied the oil to the plantar warts. Now they were quite big plantar warts, so I didn't have to worry about putting a carrier oil around the outside because it wasn't going to touch her skin. So I put the oil on the plantar wart, put a band-aid on every night, and after about 1.5 weeks, the first couple dropped off, and then after 2 weeks, the big one dropped off. So there's no need to go and getting it burnt and all those screaming, crying, ring kind of things that happen, or use, any kind of synthetic creams that wreak havoc on their system. The other way that I've used it is when I've done one of the cleansers, and it is in the GX Assist. So this is when you get to the point where you're stripping your gut. There is a lot of oregano in here, and that gets rid of anything that's hanging around in your gut that's most likely alive and it gets out of your system. So this one's full of oregano. Oregano is also really good at flavouring any kind of tomatoey dishes. So if you were to use it in bolognese, for example, in a big pot of bolognese, I recommend just before you're about to serve it, that's when you flavour it so that it keeps its therapeutic benefits. So I'd put in one big pot, I'd put 1 drop of oregano oil, and it would just flavour it beautifully. Yeah, so that's a few uses that I use around my home. I know there's many, like heaps more, but basically it's solely used for boosting the immune system, and I love it now, absolutely love it. So I hope you got a few tips out of that, and later on throughout the day you're going to see someone do DIY with it and maybe talk about some emotions. Thanks guys, bye!